Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This is not the highlight. This ain't it, people. And please hear me out for a second, because what I'm not saying is that commencement, graduation, acquiring a degree are not important. At this point in our young lives, I think that we're all well aware of just how monumental graduating and acquiring a degree truly is. What some of you have done today will forever change your families. To be a first-generation graduate student, or just college graduate in general, breaks poverty cycles.
Amen.
It rewrites the script.
That's right.
It raises the bar for every individual that comes after you. What you've done today undoubtedly took a village. It took mentors, friends, family, athletic directors, trainers, weight room staff, coaches, nutritionists, academic coordinators, sports administration, professors, and faculty. So to them and to you, I say congratulations. Revel in this moment for as long as it takes for you to appreciate what you have truly done. But in all honesty, whenever I say that this is not the highlight, I'm not talking about your degree. I'm talking about your sport. I'm talking about college athletics. Your career here at State is not the highlight of your life, but it very quickly can be. What you are all going to find out very, very soon is when you walk across that stage, grab that paper, and step out into the real world, regardless of whether you were the best in the NCAA, the best on your team, it doesn't really matter. People won't care. All they're going to see is that you were once Division I. And they'll be curious about you. They'll look up to you. Because everyone in this room is special, elite.
Right now.
Your remarkable talents put you among a category of people that are just world class. Everyone in this room has something unique about them that people are instinctively going to gravitate towards. So you know what? They're going to ask you, who are you? And you're going to tell them. You're going to say your name. You're going to say that you went to State. And then gently, maybe subtly, you'll remark that you were once a student athlete. A few weeks will go by. You'll meet someone new. You'll do it again and again and again, so on and so forth, unconsciously. You'll identify yourself with this elite status that you once had and continue to rely on it out of habit, out of comfort, out of pride even. But let me ask you something. Do you remember when we first got here? Do you remember that? Our coaches, our parents, our high school mentors told us to use this platform for good. Grow the youth. Inspire thousands. Teach others how to be better people through our example. I know you remember this. But I'm here to tell you this morning, don't let your platform become your prison.
Right now.
Athletics gave us so much. And most of us can attribute the majority of our life experiences as being a direct result of the sport that we took part in. But you cannot be afraid. You cannot be afraid to close this chapter of your life. And by close, I'm not talking about stop talking about it. I'm not saying that. I'm really not. We're all athletes. It's something that we are. But that's not all that we are.
Amen. That's it. Say it again. Say it again.
You're so complex and full of wonder. After you leave State, you don't have to become something new. You don't have to remake yourself. You don't have to change yourself. Instead, you get the chance to explore amazing things within you that were always and already there. But you have to have faith that as one door closes, others will open.
That's right. That's right.
Because what you don't want to be is that old head at the barbecue. You know what I'm talking about. Lauren, Tenny, you know what I'm talking about. Talking about back in my day. What you mean back in your day? You ain't even in your mid-20s. The 90s were like last week. So let's talk about risk. When I first got to state in 2013, Lord have mercy, that was a long time ago. I took a risk. Even more so, my coach took a risk on me. I'd never done the decathlon before. Not in high school, not middle school, not ever. I hadn't run the 100 before, the 400, the mile. I hadn't thrown javelin, shot put, discus, and I especially hadn't pole vaulted. In high school, I did do high jump, I did do long jump, I did do hurdles. But honestly, me and my dad, it was a lot of trial and error. We were looking at YouTube videos and just trying our best to learn the craft. So when I signed my letter of intent, I took a risk. Last year, I took a risk. My professor, Dr. Ingram, he's teaching in Norway right now. He came up to me, he approached me and asked me to conduct research with him. He said, Grant, would you be willing to co-author a book? A book? What? A book? We're talking about a book? This year, my department came up to me and they not only told me, but they say you will be teaching your first college class at NC State as a graduate student. And Emmanuel can vouch for me. He was one of my students last semester. Hey, he aced that class. He did a great job. I'd never done the decathlon before. I'd never taught before. I'd never written a book. I'd never done research. But I never stopped betting on myself.
That's right.
And don't get me wrong, it didn't always work out. I failed, and I failed, and I failed, and I cried, and I wanted to quit. But you know, Denzel Washington once said, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, eventually you gonna get a haircut. You gonna catch a break. You gonna catch a break. If today is forever the highlight of your life, that being college athletics, you failed. Because reminiscing of things past is not living. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, your friends, to do everything within your power to make sure that today is a highlight, but not the highlight.
That's right. That's right.
You owe it to yourselves to try everything, do everything, be everything. Because don't tell me you were ready for preseason freshman year. Oh boy. Some of us ain't never ever thrown up that much in our entire lives. But we got through it. And we were stronger because of it. So moving forward, don't stay in your lane. Don't just be the athlete. Don't just play the washed up card. Don't play it safe and settle. You are fearlessly and wonderfully made.
Say it again.
Try everything. Fail at everything. Cut the safety nets down. Wake up tomorrow and spend the rest of your life making sure that your time here at State was nothing more than grooming you for the next journey.
That's right. That's right.
I know what I'll be doing. I'll be training for the Olympics.
Yes, sir.
And not because I have a great chance of making it. I have about 0.0000001% chance of making it to Tokyo. But then again, so does everybody else. I'm choosing to bet on myself because I owe everyone who came before me and everyone who invested in me that. So who do you owe? Let your journey be improbable. Let it be unrealistic. Take a step not knowing where the staircase is going to be. God will not let you fail. Your family will not let you fail. Your friends will not let you fail. Graduates, when you think back on state, think back on the good times. Think back on the sacrifices that you made and the journeys you took that made this special. Revel in the fact that you did something that most people, quite frankly, cannot do. Your degree, your college athletics, they're not the finish line. They're the starting point. Thank you.